Good morning, tubes. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, I'm Missy Trescott. I got little Winnie Winterson here doing laps around me. Come here, Winnie. Come here. So to get this vlog kicked off, guys, I'm going to show you my meal one on my training days. Oh, you're so cute. Thank you.
Two-time Arnold champ, Missy Trescott.
You know, I keep it real. Like, I literally have no bra on. I just did my cardio, got my waist trainer on, and my ducky PJs. And if Matt was here, he would go, sexy, because he makes fun of me when I wear these pajama bottoms. But they're super comfortable. So anyways, for our meal one, we are doing 7 ounces of egg whites. I threw in some vegetables here. So we got green and red peppers, a little bit of onions, and some little cherry tomatoes. So I've already cooked those up. And then the most important thing why I'm doing this segment with you guys is because I want to explain to you my carbs for like this meal and why I use them. So because I'm in my off season, the food has increased tremendously. So the carbs I will be using for this meal is going to be sourdough English muffin, and we're going to use 1 full one, so that is 23 grams of carbs. And then we're going to be doing a low glycemic carb, so a carb that's going to be like more predictable at how it burns energy. So for example, like sweet potatoes, we know digest a little slower. Same with oats. I'm going to be doing 40, is it 40? Hold on, let me look again. Yeah, 40 grams of gluten-free oats with my other carb source. So we're going to pop these in the toaster oven and then get the oats going. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do this little omelet. So after I cooked up the veg here, what I'm going to do is take a spatula and just put the vegetables on the plate. And then we're going to get toss our egg whites in. And then here's where I add my salt. So I do a 1/4 teaspoon on every meal. So I let that cook a little before I add the vegetables back on, just so it has somewhere to sit. And then we're also going to do a little bit of spinach here. So for our next carbs, we're going to do packages of these gluten-free Quaker oats. So this looks good. Now we're just going to add the vegetables on here. The vegetables I didn't measure. Right now in my off season, as long as I'm getting, you know, handfuls here and there, I'm not too strict on what I'm eating vegetable wise. So then we're going to add a little spinach. And then if your diet allows for like cheese or low fat cheese, whatever, you could sprinkle that on. But I personally like this powdered cheese the best. And unfortunately, I ran out of the Canadian kind, so I'm using the Americano. So just sprinkle that on there. So I like to keep the vegetables on one side, and then I get my spatula underneath here. Get under and then flip it. Oh, come on. And then flip it. I use too big of a pan. So if you use a smaller pan, it'll work better. All right, so that's gonna cook up. Hello. Hello. Touch. 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 Good dogs. All right, so now we're gonna do 40 grams of these oats. So the one good thing about low glycemic carbs is that it's going to help improve insulin sensitivity, which we need, especially in our off season. The energy is pretty predictable. Whoops, did way too many there. And then it's also going to help regulate your blood sugars. Missy, oats frickin' bloat the shit out of me, and they do for me too. But if you use the gluten-free ones, not sure why, the Quaker oats gluten-free, it just sits so much better on my stomach. Now, if I was in prep, I probably wouldn't use the ones that had the full sugar in them. I would try to find, you know, just the plain, no sugar added type of oats. But I do think, like, as you condition your body to certain foods, it won't matter. Like, I know a lot of people in prep who have done like coffee creamers throughout their whole prep, the sugar-free ones. I mean, I've done that before too, like in my earlier days, and it worked well, but then it got to a point like in another prep where I was doing the coffee creamers, and my digestion was just so off. Like yeah, it was not good. If you've been following me for years, you know that story. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, so let's throw this in the microwave. The most important supplements pre-meals for me are going to be a digestive enzyme and then also a glucose disposal agent. So I'm using GDA Plus from Axe and Sledge. So a serving size for 20 grams of carbs is 2 capsules. And it says on the label to have 20 to 30 minutes before the meal. But by the time I let my eggs cool and done talking with you, it'll be a couple minutes, so I'm good there. So 2 caps of the GDA, and then I'm doing 2 digestive enzymes. This one is good from Pure Encapsulations because it has biotin in it. So if you're not familiar with what biotin is, that is an ingredient that is going to help break down protein. So if you're someone like myself who eats protein with every meal, eventually your body starts to like not digest it well. And I do think as you get more deep into bodybuilding and you know you have X amount of years eating a shit ton of protein, that is going to be super important. Also, if you notice like you feel like super bloated all the time, maybe your protein is really high and you aren't consuming biotin, definitely get on that. There is a cheaper biotin. I believe that one on Amazon is around $50 with the digestive enzyme, but there's a cheaper one, NutriCost biotin. I mean, you can save money and take this one if you have a digestive enzyme, then do that. But I do like that product. So here we're doing our D3 methylfolate. It's hard to pick and hold the camera. Sorry, guys. A fish oil, red yeast rice. That's biotin, which I'm not using because I have the digestive enzyme. So a B vitamin that has all of your B vitamins, cartitone. So I'm just doing these ones right now. And then with my other meals, I'm going to start adding these ones in and then this container as well. For the longest time, I would literally just do like 50 pills for breakfast. But I feel like I want to start spacing them out now. So I'm eating 6 times a day. Why not just do like, 7 pills with one meal and space them out? Not that I really don't feel like it gives me indigestion or anything like that, but I get anxious when I have to swallow so many pills. I feel like I'm choking on them. So yeah, I'm a baby. Okay, so we're gonna get these ones in first. Okay, dramatic, I know. So here's our 40 gram of oats. Smells amazing. Then we're gonna grab our 2 sourdough English muffins. And I'm going to be putting 15 grams of honey. There we go. 15 grams. So with my honey English muffins, I'm gonna grab some pink Himalayan salt, put some on top of there. I like sweet and salty. So if you've never tried honey with salt, it's freaking banging. And then I throw a little more on my eggs and then some on my oats. So bam. And to be completely honest, this is the meal that takes the longest for me to make. So that was about, I'd say 15 minutes or so. But I pre-chop all the vegetables, and because I'm kind of talking, that kind of takes a little bit of time too. But everything else I have pre-cooked. So, you know, my sweet potatoes, rice, if I'm air frying Hummus Fit or on the pan, that literally takes like 2 minutes. But yeah, all of my ground turkey, everything is already pre-cooked in the fridge. So I would, if you're serious about bodybuilding, or just even like you want to make a huge lifestyle change, having your food prepped in advance is going to just be a lifesaver, because it's going to save you so much time. You can just pick and go, or quickly heat something up for like 5 minutes. If you guys have any questions about low glycemic carbs, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. So we're going to keep moving on with this segment. Hold on, I got to show you guys this. Winston, are you stuck? Oh, God bless you. Cutie. All right, tubes, we are going to do a voiceover here for my workout. I'm not really going to talk about the workout unless I see something that I want to like tell you guys about, which I think it's going to be more towards the end. But I want to chat with you guys about my lifting style when I was younger. So when I first started lifting, I was probably like 16, 17 years old. And my like inspirations, you know, at the time were Jay Cutler, Ronnie. This was like the prime time of like YouTube. And then, you know, I started lifting with my older brother, and he was a big Dorian Yates fan. So where this story is going is I train with my older brother majority of my young adult life, and then my little brother too when he got into training. But I developed these crazy quads, and I just feel like it was all because I was doing crazy heavy compound movements. But now in today's era of bodybuilding, you know, people shy away from the compound movements, but I totally disagree with that. I think, you know, you got to put yourself through that to build some like good foundation in your muscles. So like back in the day, like I was always barbell squatting, front squatting, pendulum squat. I'm trying to think of other things. Like I can just remember my brother being like, nope, we're not leaving until you do it. Like he was just always like on my little brother and I. So I just look back at that training, and I'm thankful for that, because, you know, I do see like younger influencers and they're doing all these like crazy shit on machines, and not, I think there's a time and place for machines for sure, but I don't know if you can build like a wicked physique with just doing that type of lifting. I know like as I'm getting older here, I'm, you know, there I am still doing compound movements, but I'm more strategic with which ones I'm doing that are going to benefit my physique. So real quick, with this movement on the Smith machine, you'll notice I have a Elite FTS band pulling the safety off, but look at my feet here, how they're a little bit turned out. Next time I'm going to do them with toes turned in, so more of like more on the ball of my toe, like the bar, instead of being sideways on my foot.
And same with this too, because when you think about when you're pushing through, say, like any type of leg movement on a leg press, you want to push through your big toe. And I did not have my big toe on the bar there. So I'm going to switch that up next time. If you guys do similar movements like this, let me know how you guys set up, if you push through your toe or if you push through like the mid of your foot. See, like I need to change that when it goes up, if you guys can notice that too. But anyways, I think you know, I am switching up all of my glute movements here. You guys have saw like at the start of my off season, I kind of switched a lot of things up because the big focus is my glutes for this year, making sure that they're growing and everything is symmetrical. So then we move on to this booty builder. I don't know what they call this one, this machine, but I saw Yarishna do this on her Instagram, and I thought, like, man, this machine is amazing, but I couldn't feel tension. So I put the band around my waist and it kind of sits you back, and then you put handles on the front bar there and you pull yourself back almost like you're hanging. But this is where you get the tension from now on this machine. It is freaking amazing. I love this for a finisher. And guys, that's going to end this workout.
What up, tubes? I just got in from a dog walk. The weenies are going, well, actually, Winston is laying down. Where are the other two little freaks? They're over there. But everyone wants a treat. But I wanted to show you guys the Hummus Fit. So what I love about Hummus Fit, guys, is it comes fully cooked, and we live on the West Coast, right, over in Seattle, and Hummus Fit is in New York. So they do 2-day air shipping, which is awesome, especially coming over to the West Coast. Oh, somebody's choking. And let me just show you guys how well packed this is. So the inside, we got some bubble wrap. Then it's like a freezer bag. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. I want to spin you guys back around. I can't put that on the ground. The dogs won't have it. So I'm just gonna pull this insulated bag out. But this is really good quality, and I've gotten so far 4 packages from them of food, and it's always packed like this. So their quality control is really good. So I'm gonna rip this open. So then the inside, there's like this foam here, and I feel the coldness coming out. So there's like ice packs. Oh man, I forgot I ordered these. So check this out. Double chocolate brownie. These are the muffins. So it's protein, carbs, some fat. The fat's not bad. 12 grams of fat. That's like a tablespoon of peanut butter. And then we got a gluten-free cake pop. And then the new Rocky Road. This is a new one. Matt's laughing at me in the background. Okay. So we got steak bites and cilantro lime rice. This is pretty much frozen. They're fresh. They're cooked fresh. And then I feel like when they travel here to the West Coast, because there's so much ice in the bag and how they prep it, it's just for when it shows up here, it's frozen, which I actually like. So then we got grilled chicken with smoke and poppy sauce. And then we have competition approved chicken kebab. So basically this is just a pound of the chicken kebab. And then we have the stacked and jacked I believe this is like a dupe of Five Guys. And then I also got grilled flank steak, 1 pound of it. And then we have grilled chicken chipotle. I had this one in my last order, and legit, it tastes exactly like freaking chipotle chicken. Guys, don't waste your money at these shitty fast food restaurants. Spend, I would say it's comparable. Like if you are eating out every single day, spend your money on like a good prepped quality meal where you know the carbs, fats, the protein, the exact macros you're getting from Hummus Fit. And make sure you guys use code Missy at checkout. I appreciate all the support, and hopefully in this vlog I'll show you one of these muffins because I put it in the air fryer and they are banging. They're so good. Maybe we'll do it post-workout tomorrow or something. But yeah, awesome quality here, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And yeah, happy eating. All right, guys, so I just have to show you something really funny. As you know, we got 4 wiener dogs, and I had to put up this little fence here because, well, Winston and Winnie kept going after the frickin' snowmen. And look at how cute Schultzy was with their little Santa's favorite wiggle butt. That's true. So anyways, this little bastard, he somehow squeezed through the back of here, knocked down the snowman. And why I put this gate up already is because he ripped off that guy's nose. So this is where I've been placing them. And then this snowman, he's completely destroyed the little sleigh and bit the eyes off. So, Winston, you're a freaking bad boy. Oh my gosh. Anyways, moving back on to the next segment. Okay, get out of there now. Go on. Keep it moving. Come on. Keep it moving. No, get out of there. Come on, get out of there. Let's go. All right. What is up, tubes? We are doing something a little different here. I'm just going to sit down and have a conversation with you guys. So it's the day after Thanksgiving, and I had my friend Kayleen over. Her and I did a little Thanksgiving dinner together, and then Matt was in California visiting his mom, and they did their Thanksgiving, and he actually drove down. So it's funny because ever since like the C word, Matt and I have had such a hard time with travel. Like, it doesn't matter where we're going. Flights are always delayed. The airport is just crazy. And if you've ever been to the SeaTac airport, it is just an absolute shit show all the time. So Matt actually has been driving to California. It takes him about, I don't know, depending on traffic, like 10 to 12 hours, or maybe it's like 9 to 10. Anyways, he cruises along. So he was enjoying Thanksgiving with his mom. And I actually had a couple clients messaging me like, hey, am I allowed to do like Thanksgiving dinner? And I always say like 100% yes, unless you're in like a contest prep, which I don't even think there's shows around this time for the American Thanksgiving, like amateur shows maybe. But yeah, I mean, enjoy the time with your family because you really don't get this time back. And I know people are always like, oh, you know, we shouldn't have to like enjoy ourselves with food and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. If that's how your family is, it's one freaking day. Like, who cares? Just eat the pumpkin pie your grandma makes. Your grandma's not going to be around forever, so just do it. I mean, if my grandma was still alive, I would eat anything she put in front of me. Like, yeah. So especially like if you have family members that are still here with you, take the time to talk slow, listen even better, and just really engage with them while you're at these family functions. You know, with my family being from Canada, I don't ever get to see them. Sometimes we have my mom come out, which is really nice. But yeah, I haven't seen my brothers in a very, very long time. So if you're someone like me that you don't get to see your family very much. I empathize with you, but make those FaceTime calls, telephone calls even more special. I don't know why I'm getting like sentimental here, but either way, I hope you guys had a lovely holiday, and we got Christmas coming up, so that's super exciting. I'm gonna switch gears here. My coach Dom and his lovely wife Amanda got me this pillow. How cute is that? Like for the weenies. So yeah, Matt and I go really big decorating here for Christmas, but we actually go to California to his mom's house because she hosts an amazing Christmas get together on Christmas Day. So it's always fun. I think, did I show you guys my tree yet? This is the tree. We got it caged off because there was an accident a couple days ago where Winnie and Winston frickin' tag team the Christmas tree, ripped all the tinsel off the bottom. But yeah, anyways, okay, enough about me rambling on. What I really wanted to get to about this conversation is where I'm at right now in my preps for the figure division. So you guys probably are following along on this journey because you want to see where I'm going to take it to next year. And I say this without like cockiness or anything like that, but I'm truly fired up now. As you guys know, in the fitness division, I just didn't have that spark anymore. I lost it. I accomplished everything I could possibly do in fitness, and I needed something different. And figure has been so great for me, and especially now being in like a true off season. So I was kind of coming out of like a health phase, still pushing weight like as much as I could because I did feel good. If I wasn't feeling good, I wouldn't have gone as heavy as I have been. But, I'm like completely off of everything. I'm feeling really good. Weight is still increasing, like my lifts. And I feel like my body fat and where I'm at with my hunger has totally subsided. I don't have like weird cravings anymore. That's kind of all out of my system, and it has been for a while. I'm just truly like locked in. And there's so many amazing girls in the figure division. And a lot of them, like I haven't even met, I just see them on Instagram, or, maybe I, in passing, congratulated them at the Olympia, but I don't like know these girls. And I'm starting to follow more of them on social media, but man, everyone's body is so different. And one thing I'm like super proud of myself, guys, is that I put the date and I put the measurement of my glutes. So I take a measuring tape and I measure it consistently every like couple of weeks downstairs. So depending on if I do like a mini glute pump or if it's not pumped at all, that's when I do my measurements. So the measurement I do have is when it's not pumped. So a couple weeks ago, it was 37 inches, which, I mean, that's like, what? I don't know. It's small shit, okay? I don't have a dump truck, okay? And especially on my one side, my surgery side, I am really trying my hardest to bring that up and focus on getting as much contraction, stretch, distributing weight equally if I'm doing like double leg movements. So 37 inches, I was like, okay, like we got a lot of work to do. Not that I was like feeling discouraged or anything. I just wanted to truly know, like, where is my marker here? And then I measured a couple days ago, and it was 38 and a quarter. So, I mean, I am freaking making progress. Sure, we're going to have a little body fat and like some water, but I am hammering my glutes and my legs really hard right now. I just, I hope you guys, set these small goals for yourself and start accomplishing them too, because you can say like, I have newer clients that come to me and say like, or amateurs, I want to be like you. I want to be Miss Fitness and Figure Olympian, whatever. And that is a huge goal. And I think that is awesome. Write it down, remember it. But we need some short-term goals. Like, right off the rip. If you've never competed before, you know, you want to set realistic goals. But I also, now that I said this out loud, I was that girl when I was younger that I remember my first coach. I got to try to find the picture. I like, you know, wrote on a picture of her and I said, like, thank you so much, like, for your coaching, and I wouldn't have been here without you, all that kind of stuff. And then I said, one day I will be Miss Fitness Olympia and Miss Figure Olympia. It's something along those lines. And man, I accomplished that one goal 3 times. So, you know, I guess the younger child in me, young adult, is like, yeah, put those dreams out there, put those goals out there, and don't let anyone like bring you down when you have these types of goals, because I mean, no one is living your life, okay? If you want that for yourself, if you believe that, fucking go for it. Don't let people like put you in this like small box. And I'm kind of like, this is almost feeling like a little therapy session for me, because I do feel like, you know, after the Olympia, I got, you guys know, like I got a lot of like, haha, like, got you, Missy, like, you didn't live up to the expectation, whatever it was, right? And for, you know, like a day, 2 days, I was like, oh, damn, that hurts. Like, man, like people are rough. But at the same time, like, that's what you think of me. Like, who cares? Don't let people dull your light. I think that's the saying. Because, man, life is so short. If you want to do something, freaking do it. Yeah. So I guess I'm going to leave it here with, if you have goals, put them out there, set realistic ones, set big crazy ones that it's going to take you like 10 years to accomplish. And remember to just believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your life. No one's going to live it for you. So yeah, guys, maybe if you're willing and you want to share your goals with me, maybe small, big, whatever, leave it in the comment below. And guys, thank you so much for watching this blog. And big thank you to everyone who used my code with Accent Sledge and AAR for the Black Friday sales. I believe it's still going on. So if you use my code Missy, you'll get 20% off. And then Buff Bunny also is like 70% off, something crazy. And then there's random and there's other discounts throughout the site where if you use code Missy, you're going to save tremendously. And then I got to give a huge shout out to my new sponsor, Hummus Fit. Guys, if you've never tried their food, this is the week to do it. They have a huge sale, free shipping. Use code Missy. Let me know what you get in the comments below and what your favorite food is from them. I am totally loving the muffins. They are so amazing. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for Matt and I's weekly review.